You're good.
Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome back to R33. So, we bought this property in 2020. We had a beautiful raised garden beds. I'm an organic gardener, so that's why we have rabbits, that's why we have chickens, that's why we compost, and we had a beautiful raised garden bed. And it takes a minute to reestablish, right? So last year we just had this bed.
Raised bed in a previous property.
Yeah. Our prior property.
Yeah.
So we had this bed, and we had some wonderful results in this bed, but as you can see, it's not very big. And the other thing about R33 is our soil is clay. So clay is a very challenging soil. You have to immerse it, you have to add to it, it's just a very dense soil. It's a great soil when there are times that you need more water because it retains water, but when there is abundance of water, it retains too much water. So we have to, what? We have to add to the soil. We have to add nutrients, we have to add compost, so the raised garden beds were great. We tried, hey honey, go over there. We tried a surface garden.
So we tried planting an in-ground garden, and then what Mary was talking about is it just was too wet. It was either too wet or too dry, and the two extremes just aren't good for gardening. You need a little bit more of a balance, and so that's why we came up with these hugelkultur raised beds. It's kind of a hodgepodge of organic material, and we use the pig panels, hog panels to establish the frame, because we just didn't want the mounds. We wanted a little bit of structure, but honestly these cattle panels, they're buckling a little bit. As you can see, they're wobbling. We had to put some fence post in there, and we're making do, but it's still,
but what grows is grows.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, when we moved, we did like this whole thing. In our other house, we had lived there for 17 years. I hate to admit it, each of us in different ways were hoarders. So I was a seed hoarder. So I had this big tote of seeds, and some of the seeds I vacuum sealed, some of the seeds I just threw in there, whatever. I mean, I went to places and they're like, oh, clearance, 10 cents a seed package. I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'm buying all this stuff. So what I realized this is the second year, so we got this second panel, and of course we did these beautiful raised hoops. We found this on YouTube and for all the climbing stuff, because what's better? Raised gardens, you have such a confined space, but when you grow vertically, you exponentiate your growing space. So we decided this year, when we added the second raised bed, we're like, okay, we can do these hoops. And so I'm like, okay, what can we grow in the hoops? And of course, green beans, cucumbers. Those were the first two things. So I went to my tote of seeds, and I found these green beans that were 10 years old.
Yeah, 10 years.
I put it on the Ziploc.
2012.
I put the date on there, and I'm like, oh, really? I've had these for 10 years? So I had like zero expectations. But what happened was we decided to start them inside, and this is what we got.
10-year-old seeds, germinated, no grow lights, just water and sunshine in the windowsill.
So I marked it. It's Kentucky pole beans. And so it was Kentucky pole beans. And the other thing I'm going to do this year, just because we have the chickens, can you show our ladies?
I just threw them some scratch, so they're probably pretty busy. This is our little chicken coop setup. Still a work in progress, but probably will be until I'm dusting the wind. I like to putz on things, and I like to watch other people's setups and steal their good ideas, and along the way I come up with a few of my own. But it's just kind of a little chicken playground. Delgado, our white cat, gets on top of that ladder, and all the chickens are on that board and the ladder rungs, and I'll try and get a picture of that the next time it happens. There's Miss Kitty, and there's Arlo. But yeah, we've got chickens, rabbits, and they provide a lot of organic fertilizer. There's Tilly. We're watching Liz's dog at the moment. She's on the road working.
So we love our free-range chicken eggs. There's nothing better. I mean, the flavor, the color. I've given away eggs. The feedback that I've gotten from other people is like, why is the yolk orange? And it's like, well, it's not really orange. It's just they're free-range chickens. They have all the nutrients that they need. So what I've done is I've saved all the shells, because we eat eggs probably, let's see, a 7-day week. We probably eat eggs 5 days a week. Yeah. So I save the eggs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these Kentucky pole beans, and with the planting here on the hoops is I'm going to put these shells, because these shells are just a magnificent calcium nutrient that these beans need. And so we're going to plant, and then we're going to follow up with a video, and hopefully above this beautiful hoop we're going to have these lovely beans just hanging
Kentucky
down.
pole beans.
Yes.
All right, everybody, till the next time, we love you from R33 Homestead.
God bless.